Hey, what's up, everyone? You are listening or watching the My Comic Book Journey podcast. I'm your host, Kennedy. And today we shall go back to the year 1975, December 1975, with The Defenders, issue number 30. This one was written by Bill Mantlo. Penciler was Sam Grainger. Inker was Jack Abel. Colorist was George Rousos. Letterer was Gaspar Saladino and Karen Mantlo. And the editors was Marv Wolfman. So let's take a look at this cover first. And you can see here, no Hulk can't fight gas. And you have everyone choking right there. We're facing our most incredible foe, and he may destroy us all. It sounds really major, but it's not. It's not. I guess you could say the antagonist was just not exactly who I thought it would be. It's Tapping Tommy. Okay, so what is this issue about? Okay, Kyle Richmond, aka Nighthawk, he was kidnapped by a man known as Tapping Tommy for ransom. Tommy is targeting the Defenders in order to get money. His hopes are to get revenge for his failing movie studio being bought out by Richmond Enterprises, and the debt he owes the Magia for the robots he purchased for said revenge. However, in spite of Tapping Tommy's visions of revenge and grandeur, he proves no match for the Defenders. And pretty much he gets his butt kicked. But I think if anything, reading this issue, I think you got to see Kyle Richmond, an interesting side of him. Because we have a few superheroes who are wealthy. Anthony Stark is one of them. But here you have Kyle Richmond. He's just a rich dude, and in the way that he behaves, like no one really cares. Really no one. I mean, maybe he's a jerk. I don't know. But the thing is that as a hero, he is the character known as Nighthawk, and I think it was just really interesting of the group trying to find its way of trying to stop this guy. And I was just like, oh my gosh. This is one of those stories where I guess you could call it, when you watch an anime series and you have a lot of filler stories, because they need use filler stories in anime series because a writer hasn't completed a comic book series, so they need to come up with their own stories, standalone stories that do not affect the manga comic book, but they would, continue on with some stories with some antagonists. And this is how I felt about reading this issue. Oh, come on, Tapping Tommy, jeez, what kind of antagonist is that? And if anything, when I was reading this, I was just like, man, this is like the dumbest antagonist. And interesting enough, he does I'm just glad he doesn't show up all that often, but for the most part he does I don't know, I think if anything, Tapping Tommy had some potential. It's just, well, without the name, that is, because he's supposed to be an expert tap dancer with superb agility, and he has this steel cane with a bladed tip and sleeping gas grenades hidden on top of his hat. But I think that was just really interesting, though, when he had to have his tap dancing robots attack the Hulk. And in a way, that was just like, okay. But yeah, that's Defenders 30. Not the greatest issue, but at the same time, it's probably something that fits the era of the 70s. But for the most part, that is it. Okay, everyone, you take care, and I will see you later. Wink, wink, and see you later, everyone. Bye-bye.